it's Ashna, and welcome back to my channel, Bulletproof by Ashna. Today's video is my January 2021 bullet journal setup. Oh my gosh, I literally can't believe I'm saying 2021. It's such a nice feeling because 2020 could not be over soon enough. Since 2021 is the first year where I'm doing 12 months of bullet journaling, because this year I actually started at July. I didn't start at January, so I wanted to kick 2021 off with a special theme, which is why I chose this constellation stars sort of theme. So to start this off, I found a reference pic of all the zodiac constellations, and I penciled them in around the title. To go into a little more detail, on the reference picture, there were certain dots that were in metallic silver, and the rest were just in black. So those metallic dots, I actually made them stars in my design. And the biggest trick with the constellations is not to worry about getting them perfect, and you can turn them around to try to fit around your January, because if I did them all the right way, they would not fit as nicely as they do now. So after I finished drawing all the constellations, I sprinkled in some stars, and it was finally time to color. So the marker, the main color that I'm using, is this Tombow dual brush pen, and this is almost like a golden ochre sort of color. To know the exact number and type, it will be obviously listed in the description, just so you guys know exactly what I'm using. And I just roughly did a little January, no real calligraphy, just like with the tip of the brush. And then I went in with my hard-tipped brush pen and I went over it. This gives such a cool effect, almost like a shadow, but at the same time it's imperfect, and I just really like that. Then I started doing all the dots and stars with my Pigma Micron fine liner. This was the 08 size, so it was a little bit thicker. And after that, I went in with the eraser and I started erasing all the pencil marks. And here you can see me now doing all the lines with the dual brush tip. So I actually made a big mistake here. I erased this huge chunk, and I did not know which dots belonged to which constellation, and it all started just looking like a mess to me. So tip, if you are recreating this, do not erase a bunch of constellations at once. Erase them one at a time, because it'll make your life much easier. And even with all the speeding up, you can see my little pauses because I was just looking at the reference pic and I was trying to make sense of all the weird dots and stars that I had just laid on the page. After a quick speckle of dots and those pretty stars, it was time for the quote page. So this quote page is actually from Shawn Mendes. It's his song Look Up at the Stars in the Wonder album. I really love it. It's my favorite. Go check it out. And this part of the song was look up at the stars, they're like pieces of art. So I really thought this matched perfectly with the theme, because we were literally doing constellations and stars, and it's art. So, get it? Anyways, sorry, that was really cringy. Anyways, so we've got the quote here. I roughly did it in pencil, and you can see me at the top doing all these different lengths of lines, and I will explain what those are for after. So in terms of what font I was doing, I was really proud of myself for coming up with this, but I almost came up with my own constellation font. So what I did was I put dots at the vertices of each of the parts where the letters kind of connect with the black, and then I went in with my golden color and I just wrote out, in this case, look up at the, right? And I think it looks super cool. It looks actually way better on camera than in real life. In real life, the black kind of overpowers the ochre, but it looks super cute on camera, so I just left it the way it was. And I did the exact same for their pieces of art, but I just did it in a different order because I found that was just a little easier. So now it was time to deal with those not irregular, but those lines at the top. And what I did was I put stars at the edge of each of the lines, so it's like a bunch of hanging stars. That's what it was in the end, guys. And this reminded me of a baby mobile, sort of. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I thought it was so cute and it was perfect for the theme. And since the quote seemed a bit open-ended, I added the rest of it, which is floating above the ground. So the whole quote reads, look up at the stars. They're like pieces of art floating above the ground. And this is the main lyrics for the song. I'm obsessed. Okay, so now for the monthly layout. So this month's monthly layout was so minimal for me, and when I say minimal, it's really not that minimal because I'm not a very minimal person, to be honest. So I don't throw that word around very often over here. But here you can see I did this brush gold and ochre at the top, and I wrote all the days of the week, and then all I did was horizontal lines. Really minimal, right? I know you guys still can't get over how minimal I'm being. Like, it's incredible. Anyways, to tie it all in with a theme, I did a couple more constellations at the top, and I tried to do constellations that I didn't really use in the cover page, but some constellations like Cancer just spread out in the spreads just so well. And when I say Cancer, I don't mean the disease, I mean the zodiac sign. But now you can see me here adding a little sidebar for events and birthdays. I am topping off these constellations with their stars and dots, and this time I made sure to not erase them too quickly, but still I had to glance at my reference picture because I was really set on getting these almost as exactly right as I could. I mean, the lengths and the angles of all the lines weren't, but it was still great. Okay, so moving on to the next page. On this left side here, I created a little brain dump, a notes area, using the same font as usual with the black on top. And for the actual border of this box, I did stars in the corners and dots in random spots, and then I just connected them all with my golden ochre, which I thought just was a great shout out to the theme and worked so perfectly. So now on this other side, I'm doing something that I don't normally do. Normally I would do like a playlist spread or something like that, but I really wanted to try something new, and this spread is a content planner. So one of my biggest goals for 2021 and my YouTube channel were to be a lot more consistent, and for consistent, I wanted to just upload 2 videos that I always wanted to upload for each month, and those 2 videos were the bullet journal setup and setting up weekly spreads for that month. Because honestly, I feel like I don't really show you guys my weekly spreads. I only show you guys the setups, and I thought those would be super fun. And I had some different plans on how to share that content with you, but I really wanted to do at least those 2 videos every month, and this content planner would help me buckle down on that. I also added a little grateful for box because you can never have too many of those, and I always like showing, writing things down that I am grateful for. So now it is time for the first weekly spread of January, and I saw this particular layout on Pinterest, and I really thought I would try it out because I usually stick to the same sort of layouts, and I wanted to try something new. So this particular layout has 2 sidebars on either side, and then it has all the days of the week in the middle. So on the first sidebar on the left side here, I did January week 1 with a mini calendar. I did a little constellation here. I believe this one is called Leo. And then there's a little habits, like a habit tracker section over here. And normally, for me, when I do habits and mood trackers, I usually put them all together on, like, for example, the spread before this, but this was cute because it was just for the entire week, and it was really nice. So to show you guys actually what goes on behind the scenes a little more, I made a mistake here. I put the stripe 1 grid space too low. So what I normally do to patch up these mistakes is I grab some bit of my bullet journal paper and I cut out a shape that is the right size. And honestly, this just shows you guys that everyone makes mistakes when we do bullet journaling, and I feel like learning how to fix the mistakes is actually what makes you better. So after gluing this piece of paper on with my glue tape adhesive, I moved on to the days of the week for the spread. So for the titles, it was again very minimal for me, and I had just literally the golden stripes. The stripes didn't come out like I wanted, but we all make mistakes, like I said earlier. Anyways, I did the days of the week and just my writing, and the numbers, and then on the other sidebar I did a little note section, a mini mood tracker. I don't know, I find these little trackers so cute. I don't know if that's just me, but I did the mood tracker, and then I did another constellation here. I think this one was Scorpio, not sure, but they were all super cool. By the way, in terms of zodiac signs, my zodiac sign is Gemini. You can comment down below which one is yours. I don't know, I find those always so interesting. So here you guys go, the final flip through of my January 2021 bullet journal setup. This setup was probably my favorite bullet journal setup on my channel by this date, because I had such a good time with it, and the constellations were so pretty, and I just really enjoyed the colors and everything about this theme. Thank you so much for watching this video, it means a lot. If you really liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I love you all so much. I encourage you guys to keep on planning, and I'll see you on my next one. Thanks for watching.